Once upon a time, in a serene and sunlit meadow, there stood a charming little cottage with blue shutters and a thatched roof. Inside lived a cheerful girl named Ella, who was as kind-hearted as she was curious. Though she was just a simple cottage girl, Ella had a secret that only her family knew. She was the daughter of a princess who had once ruled a distant kingdom. Ella's mother, Queen Seraphina, had chosen a life of simplicity over royalty many years ago. She wanted to live away from the grandeur of the palace to find happiness in the simpler joys of life. She married a kind farmer and settled in the cottage where Ella was born. Even though she had left the palace, Queen Seraphina made sure Ella learned all the virtues of a true princess: kindness, bravery, and wisdom. One golden afternoon, as the bees buzzed and the flowers swayed, Ella discovered a mysterious old chest in the attic of their cottage. It was beautifully carved with intricate designs of dragons and castles. Her eyes widened with excitement as she opened it. Inside, she found a sparkling tiara and a delicate, jeweled necklace. Just as she was about to try on the tiara, her mother appeared. "Ella, my dear," said Queen Seraphina softly, "these are your heritage. You are a princess by birth, but the most important crown you can wear is that of kindness." Ella gazed at the shimmering jewels and then looked at her mother. "But Mama, I love our cottage. I love our simple life here." Queen Seraphina smiled. "And that is why you are a true princess, Ella. It's not the crown or the throne that makes a princess. It's her heart." Days turned into weeks, and Ella continued her carefree life in the meadow. She would play with the animals, help her father in the garden, and listen to her mother's tales of the old kingdom by the fire at night. One evening, as the stars twinkled like diamonds in the sky, Ella heard a gentle rustling in the woods near the cottage. Curious, she tiptoed outside and followed the sound. To her astonishment, she found a tiny fawn caught in a thicket of thorny bushes. The poor creature was trembling with fear. Ella's heart melted with compassion. She gently untangled the fawn, speaking soothing words all the while. "There, little one, you're safe now," she whispered, stroking its soft fur. The fawn looked up at her with grateful eyes, and to Ella's surprise, began to speak. "Thank you, kind Ella," said the fawn. "I am not just any fawn. I am a guardian of the enchanted forest. Your kindness has freed me from a spell." Ella's eyes widened in wonder. "A spell? How can I help?" The fawn continued, "There is a secret hidden deep in the heart of the forest, a hidden spring that can grant a single wish, but it can only be found by someone pure of heart. If you find it, you may make a wish for anything you desire." Ella thought for a moment. She didn't want riches or fame. She wanted something simple yet profound. "I wish for our cottage to always be filled with love and joy, and for the beauty of this meadow to never fade." Guided by the fawn, Ella ventured deeper into the enchanted forest. She passed under ancient, whispering trees and across sparkling brooks. Finally, they reached the hidden spring, where the water shimmered like liquid crystal under the moonlight. Ella knelt by the spring, closed her eyes, and made her wish. As soon as she spoke her wish, the water glowed brightly, and a warm breeze swept through the forest. The flowers seemed to bloom more brightly, the birds sang more sweetly, and the entire forest felt alive with magic. When Ella returned to the cottage, she found it bathed in a golden light. Her parents were waiting for her, their faces filled with joy. "Ella," said her mother, You've done something truly wonderful. This meadow and our home will now forever be a place of happiness and peace, thanks to your pure heart." From that day on, Ella lived happily with her parents, knowing that her small wish had made a big difference. She never wore the crown from the chest, but always wore the invisible crown of kindness and love. The fawn would visit her often, and they would play and laugh, sharing stories of the enchanted forest. Ella, the cottage princess, grew up to be a wise and gentle woman, beloved by all who knew her. And though she never returned to the grand palace of her ancestors, she knew that her true kingdom was the meadow she called home, filled with the simple yet profound joys of life. And so, in the tranquil cottage by the meadow, surrounded by love and laughter, they all lived happily ever after.